All right, well, start things off on Village, it would appear.
All right, well,
Fans
Godsby
are
wants
here
to run the Farah here to start things off, one of his old favorites. So that could be part of the reason why he's starting here with Bebe pocketing. It is going to be insane on Tracer, not the best map here for the McCree setup, obviously. That's going to be when we go to Sanctum.
Yeah,
Control already given to BlossoM, though.
Yeah, they'll just go ahead and push their way in, make it that much more difficult for Godsby to actually get these hits in with the rockets. He's trying to pick around these corners. Now getting distracted there by Insane on the sidelines. Gets a nice hit in onto Swoon, takes him down low. Is getting some decent angles in. No real deny coming out from the defense matrix right now. The point's going to unlock, and X6 pushes in. They start getting the cap, and now Illicit goes down. Godsby finds one. Soon Insane going to go ahead, disappear there with the recalls. He just dashes around the back, will get topped back up, but the cap has come through. X6 managed to get control. They take down Totori as well as Pop Sia out of the mech, so they will be able to hold this for a while.
It's going to be a lot of staggers too. It was actually all on No Smite. He actually set up his barrier so that no long-range damage could actually hit Godsby. Godsby was practical on the ground. He's just hovering above it, doing damage in there. The barrier that No Smite tossed down was really intelligent. The coordinated dive that followed up with Rhea as well means they're both about 20% ahead in terms of ult charge because they did that damage. They won the fight. Godsby's nearly at that rocket barrage, so just good protection there on the barrier. BlossoM could not contest.
No Smite now pushing in, building up, nearly has the primal rage ready to go, and Sia is just going to get taken out of that mech instantly yet again. He'll jump forward, trying to take down the Baby Diva. Gonna stay alive here for a little while. Primal Rage going to be invested as they go forward. Back cap was started, but not going to be completed by BlossoM as everybody else just gets taken down. They're looking for the delay kill there on the Mineral. Will be able to find it. BlossoM is really struggling.
You can see how much that 20% ult charge difference makes. When you win the fight, obviously you do more damage, you build more ultimates, but BlossoM couldn't even take the longer fight. They tried to, got staggered, and then two tanks coming through with No Smite having that Primal Rage has the extra staying power. They win the fight, even though Swoon was looking for a really good coalescence.
They're going to jump forward here, throws down the EMP, and everybody goes in, takes down No Smite. Barrage down, however, finds Swoon, but Godsby will be punished there by Sia. Sound barrier tossed in by X6 as they try to stay in here. They try to maintain this fight, but I don't think they can do it. The members are still going down. Bebe and Roki both taken out. BQB as well, not going to be here to delay. So it's really all just on Rhea, who does have the self-destruct, but doesn't want to use it, wants to be able to buy space to get the recap later on. Some flip's going to come through. BQB going to be trading off here as Godsby goes over to the Tracer, and now he's going to be piloting that Sombra.
They're just going to look to build a big 6. Rhea could have used it to remech there to buy a little bit more time, but it would have been pretty insignificant.
I think he would have just died in Baby Diva form as well.
Because, because Mineral did have leap, he probably would have died just to the leap combo there with the melee. They're going to just go over here, try to take control of the point on the left side, and look to build ult charge. This is not the push they're looking to flip it with. It would be nice if they could, but this is not their objective.
Well, taking out Mineral, but a very good way to get that ball rolling. They'll actually force out the Primal Rage from him, so still going to be costing BlossoM some ultimates. Godsby there with that recall, keeps himself safe. Pulse bomb out from Insane, not going to be finding anything. He has to stay back because that remech is coming through. Rhea finally using that self-destruct, so X6 do in fact want to take it back here on this point. Coalescence comes out from Swoon. Keeps everybody topped up. No Smite going to go down. Rhea popped out of the mech, and X6 will not be able to get the flip.
They were able to trade out a Primal Rage, but it was a long fight that X6 lost and used ultimates for, so Mineral's already halfway back there. Rhea used his self-destruct, so fairly expensive, and the Coalescence coming through for Swoon. He had it faster, it was more efficient. Illicit is also, in this fight, able to build an EMP, and so the tables have completely turned on X6. The advantage they had in terms of that 89-0 flip to build ultimates would have been nice if they could have done an efficient push, but they were very wasteful for that last attack.
EMP out there by Illicit trying to shut down this push from X6. They will be losing members, and it seems like it might just take one more as they try to get in here to get this flip. Illicit will go down. Insane nearly killing Roki, but has to go back with a recall. Will be able to stay alive. But BlossoM are looking to equalize the count here, going up above 80% now. X6 do have multiple ultimates, both supports ready to go. We'll see if they can get this.
Same versus Godsby. Not able to get that recall there. In fact, may have to use his own. This is going to be the fight that determines this first point.
It'll be fine. Insane has to dash away from the Coalescence. Bebe uses that one first. Roki with the sound barrier ready to go. BQB also building up for the EMP. Pulse Bomb gonna come down. No Swipe managed to stay alive. Sound barrier in. He's got the Primal Rage, and they have the Tracer pinned into the wall, but the sound barrier from Dottore comes through. It helps keep Insane alive, at least for the moment. Sia knocked out of the mech. Mineral goes down. No front line here from BlossoM, and now no Sombra, no EMP, no supports, no nothing. They'll get taken down. X6 will get the flip, and maybe they can win this one out. 91% going up.
BQB just going to try to look for any people who would come into backdoor this cap. I think they're just going to completely gatekeep. This should be the cap coming through. No one's here. They're trying, but it's not going to happen. So that will be the capture coming through here on the side of X6. Really good EMP coming out there from BQB, but just a better fight with tank positioning. No Smite was the better tank. This has been the story of Control on almost every map, but especially in Nepal, is how much can you do for your Winston as the Moira player? How much charge can you build? We saw more ultimates on the side of Bebe than we did see on the side of Swoon. Bebe just had more consistent coalescences, was able to keep the tanks alive, and the Mirror McCree Orisa is coming through. I didn't expect to see this one. We knew that that was the practice strategy for BlossoM with Insane last time when he was on the starting lineup, but didn't think we'd be seeing both of them. So this one's going to get a little bit funky. I think we're going to see the losing team switch, as the losing team will also lose control of the positioning of the McCree. So this first fight is going to be the most important one.
It is exactly mirrored here across the board, as everyone's going to discover now. X6, 2 minutes to push down here onto the lower ground, actually get in onto the point, but the barrier gets shredded down immediately. So No Swipe has to retreat into the back room. Insane just firing away, trying to break that shield yet again. We'll just be trading back and forth here for the moment. How is the commitment going to happen is going to be the question. They're going to be looking for a pick. Insane nearly gets taken down there by Bebe.
Well, X6 gets onto the point, but that makes them more vulnerable. You can see Insane's got a good line of sight here.
Also looking for the barrier. No Swipe finally gets that one available. Spots out Illicit around the corner. Manages to stay alive, but he's just going to go down there. Mineral comes up with the first kill. Insane going low as that Orb of Harmony and Godspeed will start peeling back. First cap comes through, BlossoM take control, Red's out there, brings No Swipe back in.
He get a positional advantage now is going to be difficult. Back down. Godspeed's stuck here. You're actually probably going to go down. Yep.
Yeah, manages to find it. The hits coming through there from the Zenyatta, not enough to take him down in time.
It's tough to aim when you're getting yanked by another Orisa on the other side. When the Orisa's also shooting at you, you're going to have a bad time. They are going to switch. Whoa. At least Godspeed onto the Widow here, but getting into this position now with an Orisa is going to be virtually impossible. You can't break through. They have the better defense set. They can retreat back into the left side there. Godspeed's going to be struggling to find an angle here too.
This is a really odd one. He's not going to be able to get onto the tank line at all. Actually, as I say that, the EMP comes through, shutting down the barrier, and he finds the headshot in onto Mineral. Insane. Deadeye comes through, doesn't find much. We'll be able to pop Rhea out of the mech, and they take him down, but the rest of the squad has died. Insane going to join them as Godspeed comes up with yet another hit.
That's a really cool strat. He has the boost coming through from Roki as well. EMP breaks the barrier, leaves those line of shots. EMP required to make this work. Without it, it would have been as silly as basically you described. You're never going to get a headshot when there's a barrier there. And neither of these teams are willing to give the Orisa up. They are just really hell-bent on forcing it. We're going to see Valkyrie come through. They're going to try to force their way in.
Well, Illicit throws down his EMP. No Spike goes low, barely stays alive. And Transcendence is going to be thrown down here by both Swoon and Bebe. Tori going up with the Valkyrie. Insane out with a recall. Already 2 members going down. The Bongo destroyed. BQB getting rid of that one. No more damage amp over from the side of BlossoM. They're trying to exit with their lives. But Godspeed is looking to cut them down. They'll find several as BlossoM tries to limp their way out of there, and X6-Gaming will be maintaining control. They're going to be taking the lead.
Interesting, they're going to keep the, okay, they decide to switch. They started to walk out of the spawn with the Orisa. Insane's already switched over the Tracer, and that was just really Bebe avoiding the EMP. His Transcendence was what won that fight. One ult trade, but a huge one that keeps building this meter for X6, forcing Mineral onto the Winston. So he loses all of his ult charge, and it's still very difficult for BlossoM to break through. Easier against a Widow than a McCree, but still. See if they can make this happen. Already scouted out here by BQB. He's looking for the defensive EMP.
The jump comes through. There it is. Comes around the back, throws down that EMP, and they're just going to find 2 right off the bat. Swoon and Mineral both going down. Sia jumping off the side to Tori as well. Will get booped to death there by Rhea. BlossoM have one more chance, really, to try to get this flip.
No tools.
No tools at all. Yeah, it's going to be one hell of a pulse bomb from Insane to try to get this flip.
They also have to do this against a Widow that's got an already advantageous line of sight. Mind triggered here. That was exactly the angle they were trying to take. You see it spotted out early. And now all they have to do is prevent this flank. Okay, spotted here is Alyssa. That's one start to this.
Yeah, they go ahead, they get rid of Godspeed, but back over in onto the point. You see Sia knock out of the mech yet again. Has just been getting punished at the start of all of these fights. Pulse bomb in. The knockout, self-destruct thrown in. However, as Rhea just tries to get back in and actually finds Mineral with the self-destruct. Just couldn't make his way out of there in time. Extended fight will come through. BlossoM have the EMP ready to go from Alyssa. He'll use it immediately, but he's going to be the one going down right after Swoon. Dotori will join them. That's just going to be the takedown, and X6-Gaming will be able to take Sanctum rather convincingly.
So just as I said, the team that wins the first control over the point is going to have a massive advantage, but that one play with the EMP coming through for BQB allowed line of sight to Godspeed. He got basically 3 headshot hits in a row, killing a squishy and also demeching the Diva, demeching Sia. So from that point on, they had control, and there was one more shot that BlossoM had to take control of that point before they needed to switch. They took a long time to commit to the fight, failed it, then switched to the Winston. And then Arisa said if you get entrenched into it, it's going to be so difficult to execute. That last fight, even where we saw a pick come through on the side of on the side of BlossoM, Blissett got that kill, then got the second kill onto the Zenyatta. It just couldn't do enough damage because the barrier was constantly replaced. They kept getting grabbed by the Halt, which you can think of Halt as a way to enable. You could use it to enable a snipe. You could use it to enable a Roadhog hook. You can use it to pull someone off with high ground. But it's also just a stun, an AoE stun that pulls everybody where they can't really be firing, where they cannot really have any mobility options. So Arisa is just so difficult to break on this point specifically. So a smart choice. And, you know, Insane has been trying his best to make this transition into the McCree on control. Finding a little bit more success today, but not the success he was looking for.
Well, we'll have to see if there's going to be any changes to the roster coming through here for either side after control. Insane very well could be set for Ons to come in as they get ready for hybrid. For now, BlossoM going to start off. They lose that first map. Nepal goes to X6. They will get their choice. We'll see what it's going to be. Seems like, yeah, Anzi is going to be coming in. Insane will be sitting out.
No surprise. This is a control-specific player, just like we've seen in the past from players like Sashin. The map choice of BlossoM has consistently been, both times they lost control, first to Meta Athena, then to sister team Meta Bellum, they chose Hollywood. So let's see if that's what they want to run here in terms of maps. Ons, if he gets control of the high ground, the street space of Hollywood with the Widowmaker, that's where he really has had most of his highlight reels. More than on Hanamura or Anubis, it's just his Hollywood Widow is quite strong, which is never really meta before Contenders Korea, and in Contenders in Europe as well, we see it sometimes. But very risky against a team that's got such great dive. It doesn't, however, look like Architect will be subbed in. At least hasn't been shown to us yet, so I'm gonna guess no. So that's something that might make it difficult to dive onto Ons.
That's
it says, come on and show us the victory.
Very interesting face. I'm not sure what to make of this.
It says it says like, but I was going to see the cherry blossoms. That's what it says on the right side.
Is that supposed to be one of the players?
And I even cleaned before I came here, it says. I even cleaned up the house.
Well,
this is what I'm talking about. This is definitely going to win.
Choi Hyobin's diva intensifies.
Oh! That's a great drawing. I just wish it were a little bit more functional. There we go. Oh, no! Oh! Huge gasp in the crowd.
Oh, God!
As Choi Hyobin's animated drawing loses an eyeball.
This is supposed to be like a near all ages broadcast, and now it's too graphic.
It's just something that basically is the earthquake of showing the carry earthquake there, earth shatter.
What is
it says BlossoM. It says do everything you want.
And then there's like a straw and a piece of paper.
It's a bank transfer, or a bank book. So it's basically just says like, take all my money and do whatever you want with it.
Oh, okay.
It's like literally a straw connected to, in Korea you have these bank books that use the track records, so you can update them to track every transfer that's ever been done. Not really used in the States anymore, at least not in my experience. I left that country 7 years ago, but yeah, basically it's just saying, suck out my bank account, do whatever you want. a big benefactor, perhaps.
Okay.
The manager might want to hit her up after this. We are going to Hollywood, so no surprise here. This is their 3rd time picking this map. It is Ans's playground, Achilios. This is where he loves to, if they take point A, just smash. They were able to take this map against Metabellum. It is by far their best map since Trials. And like, I just feel like this is a situation where the lack of subbing in Architect might actually become a problem. No Smite's been good today overall with his control of the Winston, but that's been on low ground fights on Nepal, where we saw him protect against Farah, where we saw him win some basically tank trades with the Moira pocketing him. But Moira's not jumping up with a sniper rifle in the pocket. You're going to have good protection there. You're going to have good communication with Rhea. And we will see some Widowmaker shots coming out from Odds. How well X6 deals with that, it's up to them, but they're keeping Architect on the bench.
I think it's mostly going to have to be, you know, another flip coming through. If they want to match Widowmaker, it's going to have to be Godspeed moving away from the Tracer, having BQB go back over to that where he's a little bit less consistent, and then trying to see if Godspeed can go toe-to-toe with Ons. We'll see just what happens, but either way, point A, certainly going to be a very big place that they get set up for the Orisa start yet again. What do the BlossoM fans say? They don't say BlossoM fighting.
Yeah, I didn't actually catch it.
They're saying something else.
Not entirely sure what that was. It might have been that same fan that had the bank book saying "Do everything you want." I couldn't quite hear.
Yeah, maybe they're saying BlossoM, take our money. I'm not sure.
So in Korea, every time there's fan cheers, there's always someone who leads the cheer, and it's always decided before the match. Usually it's the fan club leader, but sometimes it's just someone who decides to do it on the day. They get to decide what is said. Everyone remembers the famous 3-2-1 for Envious. It is going to be Tracer.
Very aggressive here. Is X6 on the defense, just trying to keep BlossoM contained back towards the spawn. They'll poke out, they'll build up some ult percentage there, but no kills going to come of it.
Very risky play. Odds is going to be running the Tracer until they take the point, then he'll make the switch, so no Widow until they get A. That's his reward for a good capture, you could say, but he'll need to do it. Last time he was able to pull it off with a big pulse bomb into the backside of Metabellum. We'll see if this, once he builds it, is the same approach. They've gate-kept everyone for X6 into the stairs. A pretty sloppy engage by X6, in fact.
It's been really rough. It's going to be a Coalescence coming up already here for Baby, though. They're going to push forward, and Sia is yet again going to be the first one that goes down. On very swiftly following as they just chase them all the way back towards the spawn, and they can't make it back into the room to stay alive. The Winston will be able to, so Mineral makes it out, but was good stagger onto the Tori and Swoon.
That was all on Bebe. If he had not, if he had died for any reason, which was pretty unlikely given the setup there. If he had not gotten that Coalescence, that would not have worked, but he got it. They took a sloppy engage, but he had all that left click healing. And at the end of the day, you know, it works, it works. EMP available here for BKOB, wants to wait for a better opportunity.
Well, Swoon has to use that Transcendence just to try to push forward. And now, it is the EMP. BKOB throws that one down. Roki's been taken out by that Pulse Bomb, and Rhea knocked out of the mech, so moving forward here for BlossoM, but they need much more than that. Sia gonna go down, Pulse Bomb out for Godspeed, doesn't find anything as Mineral pops that primal range. First tick comes through here for BlossoM, and maybe they can just go ahead and get this on the cap. No Smite will be rejoining. He's got the primal. They'll jump in. They want to stop this push. They want to buy as much time as they can. Illicit throws down his own EMP. Sound barrier comes through, and Godspeed is dead. X6 invests a lot to hack in onto the Winston. On the backside is No Smite. He's yet again just smacking around, but he can't be leaping back and forth. They try to stay in. Roki throws down sound barrier. X6 fighting tooth and nail to stop this push from coming through. They're giving it everything that they've got, but BlossoM is still building up more ults. They're still hanging in here. They're still getting kills.
It's a very
goes down. Godspeed finds one. No Smite gonna die, however, and that is gonna lead to the cap.
It's a very expensive defense we saw there from X6. Pretty unrealistic. Godspeed's already on the Widow, but he might actually die before he can really do anything with it.
Yeah, he can't grapple out of there.
On switched already. The second the point was captured, man, he was already blinking back to the spawn room. So he's on it. This is going to be the matchup now. Ons obviously will need to get onto this high ground. He's already headed up there. Missed the grapple to get onto that high ground, but it's going to stay on the low ground first. Now he's either, if the dive looks lackluster. He sometimes does stay on the low ground, but he normally does come up here where he's pocketed by Sia, as you can see here, forcing X6 to respond by dive. It's going to be a Widow fight, but like, why would you try to out-Widow probably our top 3 Widow in Korea here? Godspeed gets rezzed, but there's no positional advantage now.
It's because he's got Roki. He thinks that maybe with the boost coming through from the Mercy, even if he just body shots on, it'll be enough to force him back. We see Alyssa goes through, throws down that EMP, and no Smite gonna get taken out as On finds another one. Roki
I'm telling
goes down. Here we go yet again.
You're trying to out-Widow On, so you're asking for a bad time. I think the better approach would be to try to out-dive him. I mean, you've got a great tank player in No Smite who's got good coordination with Rhea. They've improved it a lot over these last 3 weeks. That might be the better way to beat this because Widow versus Widow is just not working out. He's going to stick with it though. But look at this, it's just a free push. 2-point B, not even contested for a split second. Okay, here's the dive. Now they jump on him.
It falls down, but they haven't been able to finish him off. Just kites back, gets in here with the rest of his squad. And now he's going to have that infra sight ready to go. Throws it down immediately. Wants to be able to see where the dive is coming from. QB gonna be spotted out. EMP comes down, denies away a couple of those shields. 3 members now losing them. Alyssa's gonna die. Sia pops out of the mech as well. Hack coming through. Spoon has to use that Transcendence. BQB goes back over on the top side, and Ons gets rid of Roki yet again. But Godspeed punishes Mineral. There's not much of a front line here for Ons anymore.
Yeah.
No one to keep him safe, so he has to kite back. I don't think he can shoot that out of the sky, Godspeed, but it was a nice try.
Sia going down was the plan. They wanted to prevent him from self-destructing to win the longer fight there, where Godspeed would have more room. So that was a really cool target. You can see even Alyssa from the high ground was making sure Sia could not self-destruct. Saw it with the EMP there. You can see when enemies have ults, obviously, when that goes through the hack. Godspeed looking for a surprise attack here on the side.
Oh, just barely missed him on the right side. There it is. Doesn't find the hit though.
This is just not going to live up to Ons' accuracy, unfortunately. And that's been a big struggle for a lot of teams that play against Widow teams. They think that they can out-Widow, they can't.
Hack down here on Aria, can't use that self-destruct should he need to. Tries to get back into a better position, now has it available, and Dotori has gone down. So BlossoM going to be halted at least a little bit there. Rez comes back in for Bebe, they get him back into the fight, and BlossoM will be held at bay. Ons can't get into a comfortable enough position to actually find shots in onto this payload. He would have to come in on top of the saloon, on top of the prison in order to do so, and it's just not safe enough for him.
Ons can't actually get into having line of sight because they got pushed back too far, and that was actually all done by BQB. BQB got the solo kill. He does use this infra sight to try to get the basic snipe, immediate snipe, but just can't actually get line of sight of anybody. Everyone's on the roof. So Ons has had this problem before. And when he loses control, it's very difficult to continue to use the Widow. For the same reason it was hard for X6 a few minutes ago.
Well, he finally got the Widow fight there in his favor. Godspeed does manage to take down Ons, and they stop Alyssa from getting that back cap. The EMPs ready to go. They are going to be instrumental here in this fight. No sound barrier for BlossoM. We'll see if BQB wants to hold his to try to get the shutdown onto one of the support ultimates.
Hey, BQB hits the support. Hacked. No Primal Rage.
Burns away. Self-destruct there from Rhea. Finds the kill in on a Mineral, and it's been such a great time by here. X6-Gaming already had such an aggressive defense on point A. They drained down the clock. BlossoM to storm their way through the street space, but now they've been shut down because of this one angle that Ons cannot play around with his Widowmaker. They're going to get shut down. They're not going to get this cap here onto point B.
Well, Ons gets the last kill to Godspeed, but I don't think he's going to get the last lap, because that's going to be the rest of the team wiped. Yep. Overtime ticking down.
That's about it. Again, they invest so heavily into this Widowmaker. It works well, it gets them moving, but when they get halted, it's the same thing we saw on Junkertown. They got put into a choke where Ons could not get a proper line of sight to actually shut down the members of the enemy team. X6 know this, and they punish it so heavily. It doesn't matter if Godspeed is losing out on the 1v1s on occasion.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if Godspeed is losing the 1v1 if they can find another way to kill him. And that was actually BQB. It wasn't the coordinated dive with Godspeed, Rhea, and what I was thinking was maybe Architect on the Genji. They killed him by other means, won the fight on the ground afterwards, which was actually a bit of a mistake on the side of Mineral, getting caught there. And then he could never, ever, ever get a line of sight where Godspeed didn't have an advantage on him. Even though Ons is clearly the better Widow, if you have the high ground and you could just literally take 2 steps back and he can't even see you, and you don't know where he's going to poke his head out, talking about Godspeed, of course, You can't win that fight. You're going to take a bad trade every time.
Yeah.
And this is the weakness of BlossoM. They're fantastic on the Widow. They've got a great win rate on this map. This happened to them last time, actually against Metabellum, and they still won by a basically full holding point A. But this team needs to be able to have On switch back to a Tracer. They need to be able to run Genji dive. There was actually a funny sign earlier. I wonder if I can point out to you guys here. It looks like it's not going to show up on this camera shot, where it had a picture of Genji and it said odds, and it just said under Genji, it says, I have no confidence. As in, I cannot play the Genji. Torbjorn will be the setup here for defense. They want to, again, full hold. This is their strat when they don't get that full push, when Ons can't pop off on the Widow.
It's just going to be the solo heal out here from Swoon. Hasn't been the best at keeping himself alive. So let's see.
This is risky with just Swoon on the Mercy. Like, whatever that hero is, like nobody likes when she's meta, I guess. I don't know. I think Ana is by far the more safe choice in this situation. Godspeed will be running the Soldier, interestingly enough, though. It's going to help them potentially burn down the turret. Although they see it, they switch. They're just going to switch it up to Quad Tank here, or Triple Tank McCree.
No,
I was going to say.
Yeah,
like,
Roadhog's going to come through, so Quad Tank to push forward here with the Lucio and that Moira.
So they're just going to try to get into the staircase.
Pop down that bubble, start building up for energy quite rapidly here. Just pops it in onto the Reinhardt. He pushes forward. Mineral contained in the corner, going to be pocketed out there by Swoon to help keep him in the fight, but he's still going down to about half HP. Managing to stay alive as they try to get the pick off there onto the Tory. The turret will fall, so he's not going to be building up very much. Ult percentage nearly dies, barely makes it out around the corner, but they lose out on Mineral, and that is just going to shut down this comp. The Tory falls, Swoon joins them. No heals available, and everybody just goes down. Team kill in the end here. Sia falls. Very swift cap. They just have to make it basically to point B. An X6-Gaming looking to go up 2-0 here. Wonderful read.
Good read, insta-switch. Godspeed's had enough. Now, again, for the same reasons we just talked about, it's going to be about advantages in terms of line of sight. Gets the shot in the middle, but that's not the one he needs. He needs to kill Ons. If he can do that, the team's going to have an easy push. Ons, obviously, taking the slower.
Well, he'll get Swoon. That'll also help out quite a bit.
Yeah.
No res to bring him back in rapidly.
If you're not confident you can actually take control of this high ground, you need to be confident to switch. And I think that Godspeed very much is, but Ons, not so much. He isn't even seeing anybody at the moment. They're just letting this free push go through, which is a problem when there are 5 minutes to the clock.
Yeah, Godspeed watching the angle, can see him, gets the body shot there. Ons will be safe for the moment, kites around to the other side. But Swoon dies yet again, Bebe. He's taking him down, Zenyatta versus Zenyatta.
The quad tank counter was just so swift, and the insta-switch right afterwards, they didn't even try to use ults. I love how X6 has gone about this. Ons is just kept these inside, man. They are 3 meters away from winning this map. And this will be the saddest loss BlossoM ever sees.
Well, he's actually missing all these shots, tries to get the execution there on Aria, can't finish him off before he makes it back into the mech. And Godspeed takes out Swoon yet again. Ons just looking for an angle, but X6 are not offering it to him. They are playing so intelligently around this Widow, and now they've taken him down. He'll fall, Mineral goes down as well. Sia knocked out the mech yet again. BlossoM are just rolling over, crawling into their graves. That's
this was
it.
sad.
X6.
This was a tragedy.
2-0 here on Hollywood. Absolutely beautiful.
What we saw was one of the most fan-favorite players in this tournament. I'd say he's probably top 4 in terms of fan cheers, fan signs, ex-streamer. Name Ons comes from Onson Sniper, known as a Widow player. They're now no longer undefeated on Hollywood. They've taken their first loss in 2-1 now. He plays the Widow, gets gate kept, can't hit those shots. High ground gets taken away from him. And what do we see? It's a tragedy because the observers don't actually show what really happened, which was that while he was unable to do damage, the rest of his tanks were fighting over the payload. While he was unable to switch, unwilling to switch, his tanks fought over the payload, lost a losing battle because Godspeed did extra damage, while Ons was just looking for a line of sight. And what instead we saw was Ons fire his sniper rifle about 15 times as the Streets phase went on, and wasn't able to get a single kill, not a single headshot. And there's no highlight clip there. They're like, the observers are like, please, like, you're the famous guy. We're going to show you. Look at Ons. He's a great Widow. But if you can't shoot anybody, if there's nobody to shoot, then they just literally lose a point with like almost no kills to their name. That was everything that I wrote in my notes when I was preparing for this match for BlossoM is Ons won't switch off the Widow. Ons won't switch off the Widow. Ons should probably switch off the Widow sometimes. Yeah. Maybe you should have a better hero pool. Maybe switch off the Widow sometimes. That last clip that we had there where he was just trying to find something and not finding anything is, I think, the quintessential picture of when ONS goes wrong.
Yeah, just showing X6 here, or X6 now showing that they clearly can adapt very swiftly, just spotting out the Torbjorn composition, immediately falling back, saying, you know what, let's not even go for a single push, even though we're at such a great advantage, given that they didn't complete onto point B. Let's just go ahead, go back in, swap out for the quad tank. They absolutely steamroll them, and it was just great all the way through. Played around the sidelines beautifully. Good stuff from X6. Let's see if they can keep that ball rolling, or if BlossoM will be able to answer with a win when we come back from the break.